Hi everyone. Okay, we're live on Facebook. Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our first ever webinar of 2020. Women Engineers Pakistan is supremely excited about what we have planned for this new year. We have a lot of obviously a lot of educational seminars and webinars and conferences that we do all across Pakistan lined up for you. Uske alawa, we also are planning a little bit of a surprise, which we hope will help you progress your career as you move forward. We also have a whole host of role models that we have handpicked for you, kyunki Pakistani Khawateen, which we believe are second to absolutely no one. And one such woman that we have the absolute pleasure and honor of meeting today is Homera Iqbal. Let me introduce Homera really quickly. Homera is, she's an animal nutritionist, okay? And she's currently working at the University of Veterinary and Animal Sciences in Lahore. And she's also associated with the project Aik Sath ACIAR, from the Australian Centre of International Agricultural Research. But frankly, to me, she is one of the most inspiring people that I've met. And Humera was, she was one of the first people to represent Pakistan in Homeward Bound's fourth cohort, where she went to Antarctica. And this is absolutely awesome. She was part of a team of 112 women from across the globe who were working in STEM fields, STEM being science, technology, mathematics, and engineering and medicine. And she is the first Pakistan-based scientist to visit Antarctica, which is an absolute honor. And she's only the second Pakistani woman to have traveled to Antarctica. Humera, we're absolutely honored to have you here, mashallah. Just reading about you, just reading about what all the things that you've done. I, for one, I'm absolutely proud of you. And I, for one, am absolutely proud to be sitting here talking to you as well. And I hope that we will, inshallah, learn a lot in this short webinar that we have. Please kindly introduce yourself to our many audiences, and then maybe we can proceed the conversation towards what you do and what Homeward Bound is all about. So please.
Thank you so much. Ramla, you have really briefed about me a lot. So thank you so much. And you are doing a lot for the women engineers and women in science group. So luckily I found you. This is my luck, I can say. So firstly, I will elaborate about myself, my work, which I am doing in Pakistan. And then I will give a brief about why I was in Antarctica, how I went, and why women are important in there. So I will give a quick overview of the project where I'm working with the smallholder farming families. So if I can share my slides with you.
Please do. If you wish, you can share your screen wherever you are projecting the slides.
Yeah, just. Is it okay?
Yes, we're just waiting. There we go. Perfect. We can see you.
Okay. Are my slides there?
Yes, your slides are right here.
Okay. So this is the project which I'm leading in Pakistan, is for improving the smallholder dairy and profitability by enhancing farm production and value chain management. This project has been implemented with the University of Veterinary and Animal Sciences, Lahore, and is being supported by the University of Melbourne, Australia, and Charles Sturt University under the support of Aik Sath, Australian Centre for International Agricultural Research. So this is a very unique project which gives me a lot of opportunity to work being women. So firstly, I will be telling about that why this project in Pakistan. Because Pakistan is amongst the largest milk producers in the world, and there are about 9 million smallholder farming families, and most of are engaged with the livestock business. And to give them awareness about how they can improve their farm production and profit, then how we can improve their traditional practices into advanced practices. So we are working in that without giving any incentive to the smallholder farmers. We have to improve their livelihood. So we have introduced many entrepreneurial models. We have created the market linkages and giving them the awareness about that, how can they sell their produce in the market with best profit. So we have 4 objectives of our project. One is integrating the whole family extension approach. What is that? This approach is very unique. We have working that the whole family is the change agent to increase the production. So we are working in collaboration with a lot of organizations in Pakistan and train them on to improve the milk and meat production. The second objective of the project is to understand the value chain of beef market, that how we can increase the share in the profit of each chain actor. So in this respect, we have done extensive field surveys, and we have generated different field reports which are available on ACIAR's website. So if anyone is interested, he or she can learn from that what are the recommendations in those reports and how we are implementing those findings in our next objective 4 to organize farmers, that how farmers can get in a group and they can be able to work in a group and sell their produce in the market. Like the beef is just ignored part of the whole dairy business. So how they can improve it and how we have to train women in that space. So that's we are working on that. And the third part is that how we have to engage farmers and researchers, scientists to conduct the on-farm to improve the on-farm efficiency for conducting research with different universities. So this is a bit about the project brief which I am working on in Pakistan. So I will be letting you know about Antarctica. Is my slides are okay with you, or I have to?
No, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. This is your floor.
Okay, okay. This comes the lifelong experience about Homeward Bound. This is the leadership program for women in STEM. So I have introduced about myself. I have elaborated that why women in the program. Overview of my slides, you can see beautiful wild animals of the Antarctica on the right side. This is the research which I am keen to share with all of women, with all of men who are online. So you can see here different holes in the pipe, and there is one tap is just pouring water into that pipe. So if we see that this evidence that how women are facing gender bias at their workplace. So I will elaborate that the evidence overwhelmingly showed that the structural barriers for women in science field and suggest that burden on women cannot bear the burden of these structural barriers, and we have to fix those barriers. What are those barriers? That women are less paid, women are graduated but they are not giving good jobs. Their recommendation letters are very excellent, but they don't have independent into the organization. Uh, Women submit fewer grants, overall fewer renewal of stimulation, simultaneously grants are less likely to have renewal funded than men. Women account for less than 25% of awardees. So this is about
and this is worldwide. These statistics are worldwide. Oh, wow.
This is worldwide, because one of study shows that the women are 45% of overall workforce of the globe is women, and there are about 57% college graduates are women. And on the leadership position, the percentage of women is only 15%. And how this is, women are underrepresented in the leadership stream. So these holes are the disciplines. We have to fix them. How we can fix them? By giving the opportunity to the women to train them in the capacity that how they can get into the leadership stream, take actions independently and impactfully. So this is a bit about why women are important in this role. The absence of women in leadership position is the real key element that how we can improve it. Why women? Because women are inclusive. Women are collaborative. They have legacy mindset. They are trusted with asset whenever there is money and people involved. They are the super heroes or super human being that can manage all of the things in very organized and orderous way. And then comes why Antarctica. I found Antarctica as my teacher. Yes, I confess it that it's my teacher. It gives me a lot of learnings, a lot of thought process, because this is the lonely continent in the world, which is uninvited but the highly effective place. So the role of challenges for change. This is the challenging role that how we have to do for this Antarctica. It's totally an isolated place. I'm just going into that place and it just come into front of my eyes because I found that the place is a powerful teacher. And this is the biggest global challenge that how we have to save the Antarctica, because if we want to save Antarctica, we have to change ourselves. We have to change many of practices which we are doing here and which we are ignoring. Like we are don't care about the wastage, we are don't care about the use of, I will say, illegal use of plastics. That's how we have to control that. It's really affecting there because I found and I observed many changes there. So I will share in my next slides. There is two polar regions. If we just, I will elaborate in a very simple way that the north side is Arctic and the south side is Antarctic. In Arctic side, there is polar bear, no penguins. And in Antarctic side, there is penguins, no polar bear. But the middle part, if you see that there are a lot of industries, lot of waste is happening, lots of greenhouse gases are there, and whatever is going here, this affects both of the right and left side of the poles. So this is how we have to control. The Antarctic, in the Antarctic Peninsula, there are biodiversity of animals, which many of are endangered, many of are in threatened, and many have been replaced with other species. There are a lot of, in the right side, you can see there is a different passage, which is the Southern Ocean. And there is the Drake Passage also. Yeah, Drake, what is Drake Passage? Because when the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans were meet, there is a swell of wave is produced there, which is sometimes called the notorious part of the world that is highly notorious, because in the last cohort which was there, they have faced it a lot. But in our travel, it was very smooth. When we were crossing that Drake Passage, we have crossed that Drake Passage in 3 days. But when we are coming back, then there is a bit problem and we get sick somewhere. So there's that parts, all of the parts give us all of us the opportunity to see many wild animals. We have saw whales, we have saw the effects of pollution there, we have saw the seabirds there. We saw different varieties of penguins, and some of the colonies are dominated with one type of penguins and the other type are very less. Like if I remember that there are very less chin strip penguin, and there is the one colony which is the Adelie penguin, but it's just in reduced number, and that is replaced by Gentoo's penguin. Gentoo's and Adelies are very cute penguins. Here comes the mother nature needs her daughter. This is statement is very near to me, very close to my heart, because I feel that it's directly relates to me, directly relates to the every woman. So we women are inclusive, as I already mentioned. So we have to take actions to save our daughter, our earth. So here comes the Homeward Bound. What is Homeward Bound is that Homeward Bound is a groundbreaking leadership program sets against the backdrop of Antarctica, which is aimed to heighten the influence and impact of women making decisions that shape our planet. In this stream, this is actually a real dream of the founder member of Homeward Bound, Fabienne Dartner. She saw a dream. She shared her story actually with us, that she saw a dream that she is taking a lot of women to Antarctica and taking that they have to take actions for the climate. So this is the brief, because I know I have short of time also. So she actually shared with us. And then this dream is going to true that I was there. This is her vision to train 1,000 women in STEM over 10-year period. So the first cohort was on 76 women from all over the world. In March 2018, there are 78, and in 2018, the women were 80. And in my cohort, I am lucky enough that this is the largest, you can say, the expedition where we were 100 women on the ship, and including that our ship is being facilitated by the women's as well, because we have to come across to know that there are many courageous women who are leading this ship, who are the pilot of the ship, who are just making the wonderful expedition adventures in there, and they have given us many information about the Antarctica. And we have also a very nice medical doctor in the ship as well. This is the Homeward Bound stream because it's for 1 year long program, which based on different learning streams. We have to come across different learning methodologies, learning approaches we have learned online, because we have conducted Zoom meetings, we have conducting calls, sessions online. There are many small groups we have made, and there are personal coaches are assigned to us. And after all of that, there one month is have to be in Antarctica, because to go into Antarctica is interesting. That 1 week we have been all of the women gathered in Argentina. It's a valley of Argentina which is called Ushuaia. We can call it as the end of the world, sorry. So the end of the world is so beautiful. It was a real cute small valley, which is not less than a paradise, I can say. So we have 1 week there. We learn different approaches and have a meet and greet activity with each other. All of the 100 women were there. We spent a week there. And after that, we have to travel for Antarctica, where we have come across different. Why we have spent these 3 weeks in Antarctica? Because the purpose is to keep us remote, to give us more to think about ourselves, because it's been, I have observed that I was very hard and very harsh with myself. But how I can be compassionate with myself to take the leadership roles, then I have to understand myself. If I can understand myself, then I can support others. So before supporting others, you have to put your own oxygen mask. That's I understand now that how I can do that. And in Antarctica on the ship, we were given opportunity to conduct symposium at sea, because this symposium at sea comes under one of challenging leadership strategy, that how we can give a story about ourselves. And it was really interesting when on the sea, we all 100 women get a chance to know each other. So it was very interesting activity there. So in my cohort, there were 100 women, 33 nationalities. You can see in the left and right side, and I was the only Pakistani there. But I'm not only the women there, because there are a lot of women from different countries, and it's really been nice to be amongst there. And I am connected with all of the women around the world, and we have created our small groups and taking actions and plan many things to conduct to save our climate. I will elaborate a bit about the learning streams of the program. The one program stream is science collaboration, that all of the women in science get connected with each other and to make themselves authentic. So we have planned to conduct many research together for this greater good. And the second is leadership development, how we can do effectively lead the world. And the personal visibility is about, if you are visible with yourself, you have to be visible with others, and as a collective, how you are to be visible with your values. So this is how we have done there. And strategic capability, that being women, how I can be influential, how can I work on my personal strategy. So this is I will because I would take more time to elaborate each of these streams, but I will share a bit brief about my personal strategy, that how we planned our strategy map in the ship. And we have also celebrated the 60th Antarctic Treaty, and because Pakistan is one of the member of that treaty, so we have celebrated this. This you can see the whole women who are celebrating the Antarctic Treaty. This is the life which we saw there. You can see seal, humpback whale, penguins, all of the animals we have saw there. And certainly the heartbreaking, you can see here, there are animals, there are birds, there are fish who are dying. Why they are dying? This is the time to think, this is the time to take action. It makes us worry every day that this is really give us tears. And suddenly we saw the melting of ice there, because every human activity is affecting them. This is the highly responsive place I found. My motivation is that if I saw there, if I feel there, then now my time is to take my place, to support others, to take actions. This is my motivation. In Pakistan, I'm also leading a group which calls She Leads WET. In that group, there are many young women, there are men also, scientists, researchers, early to middle career people, and who are getting connected with each others, and I'm supporting them. And this is the message from all of the 100 women to support them, because if they want to do something, then they don't feel themselves alone. And I got a chance to raise my flag there, which is a pride moment for me, because this was the dream when I have connected with Taiba Zafar. She is the first Pakistani, and she's in Australia. Last week she was in Pakistan. She was physics in astronomy, and she's lecturer in Macquarie University in Australia. So she actually gave me the tip that you have to your own flag rather than to be worried about there. So I take advices from her, and thanks Taiba. So in the upper side, you can see a small piece of cloth in my hand that I had sew in the ship with my hands. It's been made with needles, with cloths. This was actually my friend's initiative, who was running a retreat in Pakistan. He is a medical doctor, and we have partnership to give the awareness to the young people who are coming there, who are conducting sessions there. So it was very wonderful, and I have promoted his vision, and we have collectively worked there. So certainly the faculty, this you can see here, the faculty in red jackets. So this is the red jacket which we all wear. This was our sign of Homeward Bound. So they are also giving message to all over the world that She Leads WET is the program where the support of all of the women is around us. This is the leadership that we have come across different approaches to lead the world. You can see here the mic in the lady which having the mic is Fabian Detner, who saw the dream to take women in Antarctica, and I wish her good luck. And in her other side, there is Mosimbi. She is the wonderful lady. If you have to know her, then go onto the Homeward Bound site, and you can read about her leadership role, that how she has gone through the challenges in being women. She come across different challenges and how she cope up with her mind, with her actions, and she is being CEO from last many decades. And science collaboration, we come across, you can see here in the underneath, you can see the ship. This was our home for 33 weeks in Antarctica. So in this ship, we have come across many scientists, many women who are working very inspiring for me, that how they are working in different streams in all over the world, and how we can collectively do. Our science can help us. Our science can give us voice to do something for the greater good. The visibility, I already told you that the visibility is the most important thing. But the one line which is really inspired me, that visibility without value is vanity. So if you are having the leadership capabilities, then you have to be visible, because I wasn't visible. I never think that the visibility is the stream of the leadership. But when I come across, then I knew that if I am having dream, if I'm having to support other women, then I have to be visible. I have to be the inspirational women for others. So this is how I am with Ramla Qureshi. And how I can do strategically, or how I can work with my personal strategy map for because in the ship I have made my 3-year strategy, and then now I am practicing that how I will be going for next 1 year, next 2 years, where I am seeing myself, where I'm seeing myself to support others, come along other women with me. I'm making my presentation a bit simple because there are many other women also who don't go into the complexity, but they can do that. They can learn that how are the, my email address, my Facebook ID is there. You can contact me if you want to know more about those. These are some of styles which we have come across when we were in the program. In the right side, there is lifestyle inventory by Human Synergistics. Our very lovely Lauren is leading that program, and she has conducted a survey with us before and after going with the cohort to Antarctica. So in this stream, I will not elaborate in detail it, but this is the survey which she has done with myself, what I am perceiving myself, with what leadership styles I'm having, because there are few styles of leadership, like aggressive, defensive, constructive style, which is in blue color, and we all women were on the ship were in blue. We are collectively, we are in blue ship. Passive defensive style, that how we are passive, and defensive styles, which is in green color. So how I'm perceiving with these styles within myself, and how I have been with the others who are been I am working from last many years. So surprisingly, when I found the result, I found that I am very harsh with myself. I undermine myself. But the result which I found from others was amazing, that I have more blue color. But side by side, I have more green color as well. So I'm now working to reduce the red color, which is a more aggressive style. And now, and the green color, where I have to reduce these two colors and making myself more blue. And in the right side, you can see the learning style. This is called the format learning style. There are people all over the world who are having different styles. The one is like the feelings, watching, thinking, and doing. So how these we call it as format learning. So I will share my result. I fall in 4 and 3. So there are many women having different results, but this is interesting tool. So I will not go into its depth, because I want to share the what I did with my personal strategy map being in Antarctica. Yes, this is very interesting things. You can see the values. There are a lot of values around. We have conducted this activity. All of the values have been given us on cards, and we have to play with those values, and given a time that find yourself in what value having your priority. So we have given that there you have the choice to choose 3 values amongst all of these values. These are about 115 values, because today I have translated in Urdu for other women. In coming days, I will be conducting this activity with my team as well. So these are the values. So I found why values are important. If I want to be valued, then I have to understand the difference of values between other people. And everyone has respect, and I have to respect for the value of others. If someone is different from me, or I am different from that, so I have to value it. This is the thing which is the turning point of my life. So I found that courage is my value. I found that inner peace is my value, and the support to others is my value. So I am more comfortable and more focused to work on that. So keeping in view those values, we have mapped out our personal strategy map with Kit Jackson, our faculty leader, who has given us opportunity to work in this sheet. In the bottom of the sheet, you can see the values. in green color, that I have put my values, that how I am perceiving for my relationship with my aspiration, how I'm perceiving my values for self, and how I'm perceiving my values for at my workplace. So I prioritized for next 3 months that how I am prioritize my activities according to my values. So there, I have my my all prioritized work in there. So this is we done in the values for self and others. So I will skip this slide. Here I want to share a bit video. If I can display video.
I think you can.
Okay. Polar latitude, the expedition team has given us video, and I tried to download. Monica has also made video. Monica is our cohort women in there, but I couldn't have in my laptop. So this is the good video I can show you. This is Fabian.
Mera, we can't see. We can only see your PowerPoint right now.
Oh, okay, sorry. I think I have to go into the share video. I don't know what's happening if I'm unable to.
If you go to share screen, and this time share the video or just share your desktop, so we may be able to see the video clearly. Or if you like, we can always put the video on our Facebook page as well.
Yeah, this is right. I think so. Yeah, rather than to waste time, I'm eager to take questions.
Sure, so absolutely. Absolutely. Do you want to continue with the slides or? Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah, actually, yes, this is about the Antarctica cohort and the travel, but I would like to share that how I went there. Because I have taken the route from, I have to present 2 of my studies, which I have done in beef value chain, to present in tropical agriculture. So after presenting that paper, I have to go to Chile. And then I go to Buenos Aires, from Buenos Aires to Ushuaia. So at every airport, it was quite interesting because all over the world, there are women at every airport. We find 1 woman, we find 2 women, and with the passage of time, all are getting together in Ushuaia in the 100 of the women. So it was quite interesting. I was having fear that I am alone traveling. Each airport, I was hopeful that there would be someone for me. And now it's been nice that everywhere I want to go, there are my sisters with me. So if anyone is want to come here, so I'm here. So this is very unique thing. And I'm also sharing that I was not only women from Pakistan. With my cohort, there was Shumaila Arif. She is leading a small ruminants project in the University of Veterinary Sciences. She's also done the course with me, but due to certain reasons, she couldn't join Antarctica. But in 5th cohort, she will joining. So she's in Australia nowadays. So she will join the, yeah. So
that's perfect.
Yeah, the 5th cohort is being ready, and for 6th cohort, the application will be open. Keep in touch with the website I have mentioned here. This is the costly program. When I was got selection, I go into the imposter syndrome that how I can be selected, because when I received the confirmation email that I was disappointed at that time when I received that you are in the queue list. So I thought that I will not be elected. So I was not worried about that, because one of my colleague, project leader Rebecca Doyle, she is in Melbourne University, animals welfare scientist. So she actually told me about this Homeward Bound. And I told her that I'm in the waiting list, so I will not go there. Then she asked that, no, you have to wait and you have to be in touch with your emails. So certain after few hours, I was in the field in Koita at that time. So I found the confirmation, and then there is problem of cost. I was worried. Then I talked to my boss, to ACR, and I'm really thankful to ACR that they have supported me. But there are many wonderful women who has bear the cost by themselves, because they have in this program stream we have to come across that how you can raise fund for yourself.
I
So
see.
they give us, many women are raising fund for themselves. Some of them have collaboratively funds from their organization, and some of funds they have do with the fundraise activity. So they also provide that opportunity, and that's with that visible and approaches that how we can raise funds for the stream. So
I
this is
see.
also opportunity, and I am encouraging other women of Pakistan that at least they have to apply for that.
Which would bring me, it's a perfect segue into my first question. जब आपने apply किया था, what is the application process like? I can see the application link that you've shared, but is it sort of a simple personal questions, or do you have to give detailed paragraphs or essays about?
There are a few questions which are a bit in detail, but that is more about yourself, not about many complex messages. They are not. But now I understand that how type of those questions are. Those questions are actually that you have to think about yourself, what you have to reply for that. So that was not complex question. That any women in science can do it better.
Certainly. Humera, all of this is very, very, very inspiring. So I would like to start questions. In your profile that you sent to me earlier, you also mentioned कि जो आप University of Veterinary and Animal Sciences में at the moment जो आप काम कर रहे हो, that has to do a lot with how climate change is affecting livestock productivity. Maybe if you can take a few short minutes and maybe introduce that project to us as well, because that sounds absolutely in touch with what Homeward Bound is talking about as well, when we see with all the slides that you showed here about the animals being affected and about the Arctic and the Antarctica, and it's humanity in the middle who's just destroying everything else. So I think your message really ties into what you're doing back in Lahore as well, and we'd really like to learn more about that.
Yeah. So in our project, I was thinking that I'm not taking any research question about the climate change, but when I understand in depth, I am really proud that we are conducting many climate smart activities, because there are many practices which farmers has just withdrawn, or farmer has just छोड़ चुका है वो वैसी practices जो कि उसके लिए फायदेमंद है, because इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन जब से आई है फार्मर्स ने उन practices fertilizers की तरफ ज़्यादा चले गए without thinking. And the one thing which is really alarming, that farmer is using water in their crops without estimating that how much water is required to the crops, and they are giving more water to the crops. So this is how their productivity is going less. And farmer has also, small farmer has also many problems. They have taken many number of animals, and per animals they are taking milk production not more than 3 or 4 liter, while this is the potential less than the potential which animals are having. So rather than to having those animals, those are not giving them the profit and the production, so they should cull those animals from their farm. So this is the messages in simple form we are giving to them. And other in crop sector, we are also introducing the climate smart practices to improve the production of crops in fodder. So
Sahi. All of this is very incredible because we have seen a lot of conversation go around climate change, but we aren't really seeing a lot of action, and it's very I would say बहुत ज़्यादा मुझे हौसला हुआ ये सुन के कि we're actually doing something where the farmer is directly involved और उनको knowledge भी मिल रही है, और हम in a way we as educationists, we tend to have a gap between us and the people who are actually going to use the science. So this was very heartening to know that ऐसी बात नहीं है, we're directly reaching out to the people responsible on ground. Zabardast. Let's go back to your incredible journey from Chile to Antarctica. I would really like you to maybe spare a few more minutes here and talk to us about how was the journey from Chile to Antarctica. I mean, of course, once you reach there, it's absolutely amazing. I can't even imagine. I'm very excited just to imagine.
I would recommend that you must apply.
I am definitely going to apply, rest assured.
Yeah, sure. Just make yourself ready and you have to apply for that.
बिल्कुल, जैसे मैंने कहा कि आप हमारी role model हैं, and I solemnly believe कि women especially, we can be the person that we want to be if we see someone doing it. So that is why जब आपने कहा कि visibility important है, तो that is what was going through my head, is that is why role models are so important, and that is why relatable role models are so important. ठीक है, मैं अगर देखूं कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया से कोई खातून जा रही हैं, तो I would think okay, maybe उनके पास ज़्यादा access है, maybe उनके पास ज़्यादा privilege है, लेकिन if I see कि नहीं मेरी अपनी country से कोई जा रहा है, तो I would be more empowered to participate as well, because I can see कि okay, मेरे जैसा कोई शख्स है जो मेरी तरह लगता है और जिन्होंने मेरी जैसी जिंदगी गुजारी है, तो शायद मैं भी ये कर सकती हूँ. तो just you in your personality, in your person, are empowering so many people, even without झंडे लहराने के अलावा भी आप बहुत ज़्यादा empowering हो. So definitely rest assured, I will definitely apply for it, and I'm going to ask all my friends and my sisters and everyone to apply for this as well.
We will see sisterhoodship, because sisterhood is the thing which is the power. Mostly कहा जाता है ना कि ख़वातीन की दुश्मन होती हैं, but my concept is changed now.
I have never believed in that. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ये
I don't know, this
बचपन से
was
बताई गई
just
है. लेकिन जब आप देखते हैं कि how, जैसे आपने sisterhood की बात की, that really, because Women Engineers Pakistan is a sisterhood, not just nationwide, but globally, mashallah. And this really opened up my eyes. When women empower other women, it is a bond that is just unbreakable, and it's very beautiful. And I can see, jab aapne mentioned kiya ki how your life was changed and how your value system saw this sort of reality check. Mashallah, really inspired to hear your story. Humera, thoda sa bataiye ki how long was the journey from Chile to the lonely continent, and how was the ship journey in itself as well?
Yeah, in the air flights, it took me about, because the one challenge which I faced, that is jet lag, because in some country there is morning, and in some country where I was have to reach in night, but I was reaching in morning. So this is how the time, the average flight time I will share, because the country to country will be take. I have to open my itinerary, but the average is about 10 hours. One flight, 10 to 12 hours.
Okay.
So from Chile to Ushuaia, I have to take 2 flights. One is to Buenos Aires, and which is, I think, I might couldn't give you the good estimate, but it was about 6 to 7 hours. And from Buenos Aires to Ushuaia, it was 2 hours. So that is how I went there. And life on a ship is quite interesting. Yeah. Because when I was on the ship, I have a lot of fears. I was thinking I couldn't survive. I have take my Jai Namaz, my जहाँ पे नमाज हम पढ़ते हैं वो, then my Quran with me, and take my tasbih with me, that I don't know what would be happen with me. So taking the courageous step, but aside there is something happening, fears that कुछ भी हो सकता है. So in the ship, I I feel that it is just like home, because when the 1 week gave me the privilege to understand other women, because this was the real fear that how I can cope up with other women. So all of the women are so amazing, so wonderful. I am missing them. I want that I could go again. So those women are really inspiring, and we have very good catch up with each other. We did hikes, and we have actually making ourselves comfortably with each other, so that when you will be in the ship, you have someone to care for you. But everyone was very caring. The faculty was very caring. So in the ship, when it's more, I will share my story because I have written a one-pager story. It was impressive. I will share that with you. The food, I thought that I was taking very less food, that I couldn't survive if मेरा पेट खराब हो गया या मुझे जुकाम हो गया, because mostly मुझे जुकाम और गला खराब बहुत होता है, तो I was worried about that. But nothing has happened with me. I take very good food. We have did exercise there. There are many women who did yoga, and whenever we were inside the ship, we have, after a few hours, we have to go on the deck, and we take a round of all around. And whenever there is announcement that there is humpback whale around the ship, there is orca whale around the ship, so all of the fears just vanished. And when there is announcement that after passing the Drake Passage, that you will be able to see your first live iceberg. So wow. It was also exciting. Yeah. So after that, we saw many icebergs. So on ship, life is challenging, but not as challenging as we are thinking now. So it is quite flexible. Yeah.
जो कि अब बहुत अच्छा आपने point. My next question to you was going to be, this is a bit Pakistan specific, हमारा culture specific सवाल है ये. आप एक role model हो क्योंकि आप fearless हो, right? Lekin back home, if I haven't stepped onto a ship ever in my life, so of course I have some fear associated with that. But I also have my family's fears associated with this as well. So as being a person who has already made this journey back and forth and back home, उन parents को आप क्या कहेंगी जो बच्चों को they may not, or on husbands ko aap kya kahengi, who may not be very willing to let their daughters or their wives or their sisters take this journey? Because again, like I said, this is culture specific. Men do have quite a lot of say in what we do back home in Pakistan. And that is why I always make it a point to say that men need to be our allies. Okay, we need to take this journey of progress together. So what would you like to say to such people?
Okay, very good question, because when I have applied for this course, I was hanging with these all of questions. But one thing which I actually shared at my symposium at sea, that my mother actually didn't allow me. But how I have made her convinced, I will share that story with you. मेरे father is not in this world because कुछ साल पहले उनकी death हो गई. But my hero is my father, because he gave me the courage. Always talk about to take daring step. He was inspiring in that way कि वो अपनी बेटियों को, हम बहनें ज़्यादा हैं, भाई मेरे 2 हैं, 5 हम बहनें हैं, तो वो उनकी कोशिश थी कि मेरी बेटियां ज़्यादा पढ़े. और मैं चूंकि सबसे छोटी थी, तो मेरे साथ उनकी एसोसिएशन बहुत ही ज्यादा थी. और I feel proud that he's happy with me. He was happy with me. तो अब्बू तो थे नहीं, भाई मेरे very supportive, अच्छे हैं, लेकिन मेरी मदर जो थी, having fear, she is not allowing me. But जिस चीज़ ने मुझे instigate किया कि मैं अपनी माँ को समझा सकूं, that is, she is suffering with severe asthma. Having in this season, क्योंकि पाकिस्तान में इस वक्त सर्दियां हैं, it is winter in Pakistan, और इन सीजन में आके मेरी मदर की जो ऑक्सीजन लेवल है वो 60% and sometimes 67%, 70% तक ड्रॉप हो जाती है. And she is always having her mask with herself, because we have an oxygen cylinder at our home every time. And this actually, I just saw my mom's cylinder, and I put that whole cylinder in front of her. And I asked that if you see this cylinder, why you are putting it onto your mouth, this mask on your face. So she said that मुझे ऑक्सीजन सही नहीं मिलती इसलिए ले रही हूँ. So मैंने कहा कि we all are women are going to take actions for to save this thing. We have to take action now. Being women, I am responsible. So I have to do this, and there are many women around me जो कि अपने अपने बच्चों को छोड़ के जा रही हैं. जैसे तैयबा गई हैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया से, तो उनका एक 3 साल का बेटा था जो वो पीछे अपने छोड़ के गई. इतना बड़ा रिस्क लिया, अपने आप को वल्नरेबल बनाया. सो इसमें कुछ मैं ये कहना चाहूँगी कि इसमें कुछ सबसे पहले तो आपकी अपनी विलिंगनेस और आपके अंदर की जो खातून है ना, जो कि अच्छी औरत है तो उसको आप जगाएं सबसे पहले. वट यू कैन डू इफेक्टिवली. सो अपने आप को ऑथेंटिक बनाने के लिए आपको अपने एक्शंस में भी ऑथेंटिक होना है, और वो ऑथेंटिसिटी तब आएगी जब आप फेयर होंगे अपने साथ कंपैशनेट होंगे. तो मेरी मदर हैज़ अंडरस्टैंड दिस थिंग, एंड फिर भी उनकी तसल्ली नहीं हुई, तो देर वर जूम कॉल, जैसे कि मैं आपके साथ इस वक्त लाइव हूँ. तो देर वर आफ्टर इन एवरी मंथ वी हैव जूम कॉल विद ऑल ऑफ दोज. सो आई ट्राई टू टेक वन डे, आई ट्राई टू टेक हर अलोंग लाइव कॉल एंड शोड हर दैट सी ये भी तो औरतें हैं, तो हम क्यों उनके जैसे नहीं हो सकते. सो दिस इज हाउ माय फैमिली सपोर्टेड मी. बट फैमिली
आपने प्रॉपर उनको उनका ट्रस्ट बिल्डअप किया और उनको अपने कॉन्फिडेंस में लिया.
yes.
And rather than saying कि नहीं मैं तो जाऊंगी और आप कुछ भी कर लो, you actually involved your family and you said कि देखिए इसका cause and effect. जी बिल्कुल.
Yeah, when you talk about that you have to go to Antarctica, firstly आपको बताना पड़ता है अच्छा ये वो अंटार्कटिका जो हम मुतालिया पाकिस्तान में पढ़ा करते थे. तो ये भी अंडरस्टैंडिंग है बहुत सारे लोगों की हमारे इर्द गिर्द. नहीं वहाँ पे तो बंदा मर जाता. सो मैंने इसमें एक्शन बहुत ही स्ट्रेटेजिकली लिया. मैंने फुल जब अपना लेना शुरू कर दिया तो मैंने ये नहीं बताया कि मैं अंटार्कटिका जा रही हूँ. आई हैव टू मेक अप माइंड, स्पेशली द किड्स जो कि मेरी फैमिली में मेरे से छोटे हैं, मेरी बहनों के बच्चे, भाइयों के बच्चे. उनकी मैंने एक कम्युनिटी बनाई, उनको समझाया कि हमें कैसे प्लास्टिक रिड्यूस करना चाहिए, हमें क्या करना चाहिए. सो आई टुक about 6 months to give this awareness to my family first. And now when I came back, I just told you about my team, my wonderful team support with me. My boss is very nice with me, so they gave me also courage. So when I came back, I took all of my team and asked them, chalo hiking karte hain, chalo bahar chalte hain, and we go to the stupa top. We raise the flag. We also give the awareness to the surrounding community. And now we are making small actions which we can do individually first. So absolutely. You have to, this is how I have taken that.
Zabardast, Humera, mashallah, mashallah. I am so proud to know you. I'm so proud that Pakistan has someone like you. So we're really, really proud of you. I'm pretty sure women in STEM across the globe are very proud of all of you. Please do share the write-up that you mentioned, and we will ensure that we share it on all digital portals that Women Engineers Pakistan has. We are also gearing up for the Women in Science Day that should happen in February 11th, I think. So in that regard, I would like to invite you to be our role model, and I would like to conduct a formal interview with you for that as well. We have a few messages for you on our Facebook Live. People are saying that they're very proud of you. People are saying that you are an excellent person. And quite a few people joined us throughout this webinar. And as we will continue disseminating this, our viewership increases over the next few days as well. So I will keep you posted, inshallah, about that as well. Thank you so much for your time. बहुत अच्छा लगा आपसे बात करके, बहुत अच्छा लगा आपकी story सुन के, very inspiring, mashallah, and I'm pretty certain कि आपकी बदौलत बहुत सारी पाकिस्तानी ख़वातीन, inshallah, will learn a lot, and they will also gain an insight about how to be more concerned about our surroundings and how to be more concerned about what we are doing and how to be more responsible about planet Earth as well. Thank you so much once again. If you could please just share your screen with the last slide that had details about Homeward Bound one last time. Taki, if anyone just is joining in right now, they can also just take a snapshot. If not, we have this webinar saved on our Facebook page. It's not going to go anywhere from there. Ji, thank you so much.
Is it there?
No, you have to, I think, slideshow pay, if you could press the arrow key. There we go. Perfect. जी. Humera, आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगी to our audience as a parting note?
Thank you very much that you have given me opportunity to share this story and to take women to think about themselves. So my message to all of the women that be compassionate with yourself. If you want to do something, do it and be compassionate. If you are imperfect, then try to work with your imperfection. So there is nothing is perfect, which I learned. And I will recommend Ramla and many, many other women that they must be in touch with this Homeward Bound and try to apply for that. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Humera. Please do take care of yourself, and I will be in touch with you very soon.
Sure, sure.
To anyone watching, if you have any questions, please do leave your questions in the comments. We are in touch with Humera, and we will be sure to relay your questions on to her as well. Thank you to everyone who joined in, and we will see you soon. Khuda Hafiz.
Bye. Thank you.